Mr. Fikens, are you there?
I am here.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Ms.
Martin.
Pruitt had me check in today, but it looks like you're here. So you guys are okay then?
Well, I think so. Sometimes we get a third person, so I don't know if you're here for the third.
Oh, okay. Maybe that might be the case then. Okay. I just wanted to verify. I'm like, oh wait, they're both here. Okay.
Good deal.
Good morning to you guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well, sir.
All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving today as the presiding judge. And I believe everyone that's in my courtroom so far, you are a part of specialty court. And so we are going to get started on this morning. If you are here for the A cases or the traffic docket, you will receive an invitation to a breakout room, and you'll go to the breakout room with an attorney so that you will have the opportunity to speak with that attorney. We'll divide that breakout room into at least 2 breakout rooms for defendants that are on the A docket, and then we will reserve a breakout room for the prosecuting attorney on this morning to go in and with any defense attorneys or police officers that check in on their cases. With that, since I don't really see anybody, I am going to start by having the specialty court attorneys place your appearance on the record, please. You may do so at this time.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court, Defense Attorney P23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Robert Fikens, P31894, specialty court attorney. I too would make a similar motion as did Mr. Reed.
All right. Thank you. And good morning, Mr. Fikens. Your motion is granted. And then Mr. Barton, are you serving with us today for the traffic matters?
I am, Your Honor. And good morning, may it please this honorable court. Darnell Barton, P83363 on behalf of the docket. I guess it would be traffic docket today. Sorry.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you. And good morning to you, Mr. Barton. All right. We are going to get started. Mr. Yancey, place your appearance on the record, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey this morning, Your Honor, on behalf of specialty court.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Yancey. And there's some assignments that I gave you before you left on Friday, and some things that you were supposed to do and schedule and appointments. And so I'm looking forward to getting that information from you on today. Otherwise, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, he may need representation. All right, that's where I'm going to leave it. And you see, he left my courtroom. He turned off his camera. All
On
right.
attorney's advice, Your Honor.
All right, let's do it. I have Tina Nolan, who is up on this morning. Good morning, Miss Nolan. Uh-oh, are you muted? I can't hear you.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to you.
good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Miss Nolan, you look like a whole different person.
Thank you.
Do you think you look like a different person?
Yes,
You do. What's different about you, Miss Nolan?
other than a lot of weight.
But it looks good on you.
Thank you. I don't think so, but it feels good.
Okay. What else is different about you?
Just my attitude and the things that I'm doing different.
Yes, very good, very good. How's your home life going? Are people still embracing that you're doing something new?
Absolutely.
Very
They're
good.
being-
And are they supportive?
Yes. Yes.
All right. And they are supportive. Very good. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm really, really glad to hear that. All right. Let me place your case number on the record, Ms. Nolan. I have case number 200-612-9102. State your name for the record.
Tina Nolan.
All right, Miss Nolan. And so you are working your program, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Any issues with working the program?
Nope, not so far.
Not so far. All right. Are you working with Miss McKinney? I see she's joined us.
Absolutely, every day.
All right. Wonderful. Good morning to you, Miss McKinney.
Good morning, Judge Holmes.
All right. How are you doing? And then tell me about Miss Nolan.
I'm sorry.
I said, how are you doing? And then you can tell me about Miss Nolan.
I'm actually doing, I'm blessed. I have no complaints. Things are going well. So thank you for asking.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Glad to hear that. How's Miss Nolan doing?
Miss Nolan she's just, she's so much about her business, and she's doing so well with self-maintaining. She's open to any suggestions that the court gives her, that I gives her. She explores them. And she's just concerned with just doing the right thing. And that's just a great perspective and mindset that she has that I'm very proud of.
Very good. I am too. I'm very proud of Miss Nolan. I see the progress that she's made from day one when she was going to come in and tell us how to get it done. And now I see that progress.
Yes.
All right, Miss Nolan, tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
Just to live life on life's terms, that things are going to come up and you just have to deal with them in a different way than I used to.
Yes, can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right?
Right.
All right. All right. Very good. Mr. Yancey, what do you have on Miss Nolan?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Nolan, she seems to be doing as well as she states. She's doing well, as we can see at Share House. She's compliant with her screenings. You know, she's been just recently off of SoberLink. But that hasn't affected her screenings. Her screenings are still negative.
Wonderful.
So she's really trying to do what she needs to do this go around, Your Honor. This is I think this has got serious. She sees the serious benefits of this. Feeling better, looking better, doing better. So, you know, currently she's doing well. We're proud of her. We want her to continue, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything for Miss Nolan?
Yes, Judge, thank you. I want to congratulate you, Ms. Nolan, on working the program. You're doing a great job. I remember I talked to you during the intake, went over the court's order. We got to talk for a few minutes. I remember you were telling me you were a resident of Detroit and graduated from Redwood High School, I believe.
Yes.
And we talked about high school days. I'm a little older than you are, but I can remember high school days. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good attitude, and we're proud of you. Be proud of yourself. You're in a good, safe place. Thank you, Ms. Nolan.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Nolan, you are making great strides. When the judge said something about how you came in here telling us how to behave ourselves.
Yes, Mr. Fikens, that's a great way to put it. How to behave ourselves.
You certainly embrace the program, ma'am, and you're doing a great job. We are proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Nolan, do you have any questions for the team at all? You're in a great place and you're doing well.
No. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Yancey, Miss Nolan is in our 5-phase program. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And what phase is she in?
She's in phase 1. I did talk to Miss Robbs, and I believe Miss Robbs wants to be the one to promote her to another phase. So for now, I believe we want to put her for March 14th of this year at 8:35.
All right, so let's do this. On March 14th, give me 1 second. I may need to, let's see. Yeah, I am going to have to start the docket on that day at 10 o'clock a.m. Okay, 10 o'clock, 10:30, will that work for you all?
Or,
Ms. Nolan, Ms. Yancey?
or Your Honor, we can do a face-to-face on the 14th and give her a Zoom on the 21st.
Okay, that's fine. And here's the thing, if Ms. Robs is going to, let's do March 14th at 10:30 a.m. And if Ms. Robs is still ready to make a recommendation for promotion, then they can come on at 10:30 and she can make that recommendation at that time.
That sounds
Okay.
great, Your Honor.
And that way we won't hold you back. Okay, Ms. Nolan?
Okay, thank you.
All right, wonderful. Ms. McKinney, did you have any questions for the team?
Not at all.
All right. Thank you for doing what you do, Ms. McKinney. We
You're
appreciate you. Ms. Coffey is still in my thoughts. And so if you run
Yes.
across her, please let her know. The judge still has the light on for her and still willing to help her whenever she's ready, okay?
Okay, I will do that.
All right, wonderful. All right, Ms. Nolan, keep up the great work that you're doing. It's going to pay off for you. It's already paying off for you. You look
Yes.
like $1,000,000, ma'am. And so keep up the great work, okay?
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. I don't think that there are any other cases that are ready. They placed everything else at 9:30. So I do need to take a quick moment. And so let's do that. We do have a 1:30 docket today, so let's just make sure that it looks like it's arraignment and hearings. There are some hearings, yes, that are scheduled for 1:30 on today.
And Your Honor, if I could,
Yes.
James Fleming will probably be on at 9. I think we usually give him 9 o'clock.
Okay, that's fine. I think one is at 9, one is at 8:35. So we'll make sure they stick together going
Okay.
forward. And before I take a break, good morning in the courtroom, Ms. Mack, Officer Lott, good morning, good morning, good morning, Ms. Wilson, good morning, good morning. All right. All right, everyone.
Jackie, when you get a moment, if we're taking a recess, if you could call me on the desk, please.
Yes, ma'am, I certainly will. And then will you all let me know? I'll keep the system on. Ms. Wilson, you have the co-host already. So Mr. Bart, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, as individuals come in, let's get them processed so we can get it moving.
Okay.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
good, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Judge.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all. I'm calling now.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just one minute, Ms. Matthews, we'll check with you. There's no.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
She's getting ready to pick it up.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge. I'm good, how are you? I know. I know, I can see it all in your face. You look so tired. Oh, my God.
Hey, Mrs. Fleming, how you doing? That's okay. If you can get on right at 9, it'll be perfect.
See you.
Talking to you.
Mhm.
Hey, Mr. Fleming, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good, thanks. We're just in a little break right now, but we'll get to you once we all reassemble.
Okay, well, I'll put it back on mute.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thank
Good to
you.
see you. Ms. Wilson, I see that a Mr. L. Mahmood signed in. At your convenience, if you have the capabilities, could you put him and I in a breakout room?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you need?
All right, I'm back.
Sir, what's your name on the iPhone?
Muhammad Ahmed.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ms. Wilson,
Yes, Mr. Reed.
could you put me and Mr. Muhammad Ahmed in the same breakout room that Mr. Fiken's in, please?
Okay.
Thank you. I have the invitation. Thank you.
Now, sir, Amit, I need you to accept the invitation. Mr. Bradford, can I help you? Mr. Bradford, can I help you? Are you Mr. Farrell's attorney?
Yes, I am, and Mr. Alfaro is here.
Okay, can you remove his hat, please?
Yeah, me too. No, go on. Oh, thank you. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Does he need an interpreter?
He does.
Which language?
Spanish.
Okay, thank you. As soon as the city attorney gets there, I'll put you in a breakout room with him.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm.
Tienes una.
Mr. Bradford, how can I help you? You have your hand up. Mr. Bradford, can you hear me? Can you take your hat off? Myron Ali. I can't hear you. I'm going to put you in a breakout room, Miss Ali.
Hey, Miss Wilson, Mr. Bradfield, I don't know if you can hear me, Mr. Bradfield, can you hear me? I mean, sorry, Bradford, Thomas Bradford, can you hear me?
I don't think you can.
Okay, because he belongs with Judge Ford, not
Okay,
our courtroom.
I'll send him a chat.
And we also have one defendant in the courtroom with us. It's Miss Amia Adams.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss Arnold and Miss Ali, I'm going to send you to breakout rooms.
Okay.
Okay.
With Mr. Barton.
I was going to say, good morning, Ms. Wilson. I'm ready whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you. Ms. Macmillan? Ms. Macmillan? Mr. Bradford, can you hear me? You're in the wrong courtroom. I sent you a chat. I'll send you another one. Mr. Bradford, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You're supposed to be in Judge Ford's courtroom. I gave you the number to dial in.
Oh, okay.
360-335-0000.
360-365-0000.
335.
335-0000. Okay.
360 at the beginning.
Okay. 360-335-0000.
00.
Okay.
Correct. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Bradford.
Saying that I need a meeting password. I don't know what that is.
It shouldn't ask for a password. Are you dialing 360-335-0000?
Yes.
There is
I
no
can
meeting.
try. I
There
can
is
try
no.
it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
try it again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Wilson, I think Mr. Ahmed got out of the breakout room, probably accidentally, probably needs an invitation to go back to breakout room number 1.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
Mr. Ahmed, are you getting any invites to go to a breakout room? Can you redial back in, please?
Sorry, I was on mute. I could try to join. Hold on, let me see.
And Ms. Wilson, when you get a chance, I see that Ms. Adams is in person and she needs to go to a breakout room unless she has her own attorney.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
And the attorney for Mr. Alfaro, I'm waiting on the city attorney to come so I can put you in a breakout room.
Madam Reporter, this is the Spanish interpreter, was just asked to join for Mr. Alfaro.
Yes, I'll put you in a breakout room too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Adams, join the breakout room.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. I'll go back to.
I put her in too.
Oh, 2?
Yes. Mr. Barton is in there.
Ms. Wilson, I can't get to 2. I thought I could, but could you give me an invitation to join 2?
Sure, I think I can move you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney Kevin P. I sent you the invite.
Ms. Mack, are we ready to proceed with Mr. Fleming or any other cases?
Yes, ma'am. I was just in the process of sending you a message to tell you that we were ready for Mr. Fleming.
All right, wonderful. All right. All right, court is back in session. I'm ready on. Good morning, Ms. Cox. You're here for a case this morning?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here for Mr. Alfaro, and I see that he's here with his attorney.
All right, wonderful. And so have you all had an opportunity to talk with the prosecuting attorney?
don't think so, but I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Ms. Mack or Ms. Wilson, can you all facilitate that? Let Mr. Rosenthal know if you haven't done so already.
They're in the breakout room, Your Honor.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, well, Ms. Cox should be in there too, because the client needs an interpreter.
He does, but it's other attorneys in there.
Okay, can you just send Ms. Cox anyway, so when his case comes up, they'll be ready? And somebody let Mr. is Mr. Rosenthal in the breakout room too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, send Ms. Cox as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right,
Your
thank
Honor.
you. All right. All right, there we go. All right, Mr. Fleming, I'm ready for you. I have the following matters. Case number 211-306-871 and case number 211-306-871. Mr. Fleming, state your full name.
James Major Fleming III.
All right, good morning, Mr. Fleming. It looks like it's the same case number though. Yeah, it is. All right, we're good. All right,
Good
Mr.
morning.
Fleming, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
You doing pretty good?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Fleming, tell me what that's about.
Just one day at a time. You remember last time we were in court, I was saying pretty much that just one day and working the program. Um, I have a new intake going on because I'll be starting Hungary. So, and that's later on the day. I have an intake with them at 5. So,
Okay.
but everything's been, it's been just like I said, one day at a time. I'm blessed. And just working the program, finding out, going by Mr. Yancey has been helpful, assisting me with some of the drop payments.
Okay.
So he's been very helpful. That helped out a lot. And I had to return today. So I think they really help. I really love those.
They have.
It does.
Okay, very good. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, very good, very good. Is there anything that you're struggling with that you need us to help you with?
Pretty much like I said, just knowing, there's no hurry getting through this program. I think maybe before you get a little anxious to try to get back to normal. And this is my normal right now. So just taking it one day at a time. The drops have been good. And interacting, with my family. So working. So I mean, I'm still blessed to be doing those things, enjoying people.
You're
But
enjoying.
yeah, enjoy hanging out with family more often. And just one day at a time instead of, thinking, when is this? Where can I go back to things go back to normal. I'm a pretty independent person, so that part of your independence, it can make you antsy a little bit, but I understand that that's just a part of it, and just keep working it. And try not to worry about that because that's just the way it is. And focus on, working each step. That's all.
All right, very good, very good. You sound different today, Mr. Fleming. Usually you're real easy about getting through it. What's different?
Yeah, like I said, one day at a time. I told you I was gonna leave y'all alone. Leave my probation, my probation, Mr. Yancey alone about this and that. So listen, I'm just gonna work it, and things are working. I've talked to different people, Secretary of State, things like that. When I talked to them, we received a letter, and that was my thing before. I know you was like, what are you, will I be able to, and it will when it's time. They have it's a reason why it takes that amount of time. And I
Yeah.
just,
Now, did you share that letter from the Secretary of State with Mr. Yancey so he can make sure the attorneys are aware of what's going on with you?
yes, I have, yeah.
Okay, all right, wonderful, wonderful. All right, Mr. Fleming, you still reporting for work?
Yes, that is the must. That's not,
Okay,
it's more than life than working, but yeah.
but you gotta work, especially when you're a man, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I couldn't think of anything else. But maybe when things get a little different, I might venture to different things. I got some ideas.
You don't have to wait till things get different. Talk about some of those ideas with Mr. Yancey so we can let you know if we have some resources or some leads or things like that we can share with you. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
Don't wait.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, may go into my own little working thing. As far as landscaping, just to see. But yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, that's just something I got my eye on. Keeping up with my health now a little bit better. Everybody's making me keep up with my health. I went from
really
a jitterbug to putting on about 65 pounds.
Okay.
So I was wow, yeah. But that's politics stuff. I'm wondering if I did the right thing, but that's politics.
Well, let your doctor.
As far as and so I'm definitely checking with them. And of course they family primaries is different now. You gotta look around a little bit. So but other than that, things are stable.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Yancey, what do you have for Mr. Fleming? Mr. Fleming looks good today and sounds good today.
He does, Your Honor. He's done pretty well. We keep up with each other. Everybody knows I'm a super proponent of health and keeping appointments and different things. So I made sure that he, so we helped him connect with Team Wellness with some appointments. That worked out pretty well. He has his intake today with a new agency. He was doing well with the other agency, but they moved in a location. So I think this is going to work out just as well for him. His screenings have been great. Yes, he, sometimes needs some help paying for some screenings, but he hasn't missed any screenings and they've all been negative. We appreciate that. And Mr. Fleming, he's learning a little bit of patience. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And he always has a good disposition. So far so good for Mr. Fleming. He's I view him as a real mature man who's trying to get through this program and has some ideas he could share with us. But I can tell he is independent. So everything happens in its own time. But Mr. Fleming is doing well. He's doing real well.
All right, very good, Mr. Fleming. Good report. Did you have any questions for the court or for the team this morning?
No, not at this time. Well,
no. All right. If nothing else, Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Fleming?
So we want to do a face-to-face on March 14th with Mr. Fleming at 10:35. And then we want to have him come back on Zoom on March 21st.
All right.
At 8:35.
So I want to flip it, Mr.
Okay.
Yancey.
Okay.
Let's do March 14th at 9:35 a.m.
Okay.
We can do that for Mr. Fleming.
Okay.
And then we'll do the March 21st date. That will be at 10:35 a.m. for Mr. Fleming for his face-to-face. Okay.
Perfect.
How's that sound, Mr. Fleming?
That sounds good. You said March 1st?
No, March 14th You'll have a
Okay.
Zoom hearing at 9:35 a.m.
Okay.
And then March 21st, you'll have a 10:35 phone to phone with me.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. All right. So
All
I'll make
right.
sure I'm not have a conflict with any of my counseling days, but we're gonna set that up so around that.
And I'll remind you
Okay.
of this as we get close to it.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right. All right. If nothing else, Mr. Fleming, do well. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Okay.
All right, you too. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Mr. Yancey, is that it for you?
That's it for me. And other than that, I know I think two people had a face-to-face, one for me and one for Mr. Griffin.
Let me call him. Thank you for reminding me. Let me see. I have Brandon Smith, case number 200-559-5001.
Yes, I did talk to Mr. Smith when you had your recess. He's doing pretty good. I still have to help him with a job. That job was going good, but his ride kind of soured out. So I'm still going to help him find something else, but his screens are still good. So he's still good. So, and he's in phase 3. So we're going to have him come back. But we're going to have him come back on Zoom on March 28th at 8:35.
All right, very good. Sounds good. At 8:35. All right, and then the last one I have for you for specialty court would be for Callie Muck, Z807-3181.
That's correct, Your Honor. I did talk to Officer Griffin this morning, and he did a face-to-face with her. So she's coming back on Zoom on March 14th at 8:35.
All right, very good. Did I miss anything, Mr. Yancey?
I don't believe so.
No? All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Oh, wait a minute. Andrell Davis from the jail. What happened with Mr. Davis? They said he wouldn't get dressed or come out. Is that right, Miss Matt? Oh, there's the jail right there.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I am well. State your name for the record.
Deputy Romano over at the Lake County Jail.
All right, what's going on with Mr. Davis?
We have him over here. He was seen with Judge Williams earlier. It was April 7th.
Okay, and he's on my docket as well today
Yes.
for processing. Miss, do you still have him?
Yes, I have him right here with me.
Okay, Miss Mack, did you reach out to Mr. Morgan as to the processing of Mr. Davis?
I spoke with Miss Taylor and she said that Mr. Davis is actually supposed to be adjourned until Wednesday.
Oh, okay. All right. So I won't see him again, Deputy, until Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday, do you have a time?
Yes, sir. We will be on at 8:35.
All righty, we will be there.
All right. And that'll be by way of Zoom. Okay. All right. Thank you so
Perfect.
much.
You guys have a great day.
You do the same. And that was for case numbers 210-443-7301 and case number 210-453-7001. All right. I do see that council has joined us again for Mr. Alfaro. Are the parties ready to proceed?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Let me swear in Ms. Cox, if you could raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties on today, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions? So help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please state your name as well as your qualifications.
Sure.
Maria Cox, MARRACOX. I am State of Michigan Qualified Spanish Interpreter.
Thank you. I'm going to call the case and then counsel, I'll have you place your appearance on the record. I have case number U601-97421. Counsel, your appearance.
Tengo el caso, llamando el caso U60197421. Abogados, por favor, pongan sus nombres para las actas.
Thank you. This is Attorney Kevin Piku, P61592. I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. Francisco Alfaro, who is sitting to my right.
Y yo soy el abogado de apellido Peacock. Dio su número de licencia 16592, representando al señor Alfaro, que está sentado aquí a mi mano derecha.
All right, thank you. Counsel, give me 1 second, please. 1 second.
Un momentico, por favor, abogado.
The person on the cell phone, 778-8978, I sent you a chat. If you could please read your chat. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your patience. Let me have the defendant please state your full name for the record.
Por favor, señor Alfaro, diga su nombre completo para las actas.
Francisco Javier Alfaro Castro.
All right, thank you. Counsel, today is the date scheduled for an arraignment on the bench warrant. How are you proceeding?
Abogado, hoy es el día que vamos a tener una acusación por una orden de arresto. ¿Cómo vamos a proceder?
So yes, my client was on the date of trial, was actually in the hospital. I did not know where he was, but fortunately he's fine. He was 4 days in the hospital. Today we want to clear the warrant. I think he's actually posted the money to do that. And we've also spoken to the prosecutor, and we are able to complete this case today. He's willing to plead to an amended charge that's been offered by the prosecution.
Señora jueza, mi cliente estaba hospitalizado en esa fecha. En realidad yo no sabía dónde estaba, pero gracias a Dios está bien. Estuvo 4 días en el hospital. Hoy yo ya hemos hablado con el abogado fiscal y queremos aclarar y anular la orden de arresto, y él también le han hecho una oferta y él está de acuerdo a aceptar la oferta de conducta desordenada.
Counsel, what will happen is your client will have to plead to the factual basis, and then the case would be amended to disorderly conduct.
Lo que va a suceder, señor abogado, es que su cliente se tiene que declarar culpable y tenemos que confirmar los hechos de este caso, y entonces después que se declare culpable, los cargos son reducidos a conducta desordenada.
Okay, I haven't prepared him for that at this point, but I think I could explain to him what he needs to do.
No le he explicado ahora exactamente cómo va a ser eso, pero se lo podría explicar ahora.
Counsel, would you like to proceed at this time, or do you need a moment with your client in a breakout room?
¿Necesita proceder ahora, señor abogado, o quiere un cuarto privado con su cliente?
Let's see if we can do this. And if we need to go to a breakout room, we will.
Vamos a ver si podemos hacerlo y si necesitamos ir a un cuarto privado, lo hacemos.
Okay, thank you. Let me have you, Mr. Alfaro, raise your right hand.
Ok,
Please.
señor Alfaro, por favor, levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
¿Usted afirma o jura que el testimonio que va a dar ahora va a ser la verdad, nada más que la verdad, con la ayuda de Dios?
Sí.
Yes.
You may place your hand down.
¿Puede bajar la mano?
All right. Mr. Alfaro, do you understand that with respect to the matter that is before the court on today, you have a right to a trial?
Señor Alfaro, ¿usted entiende que con respecto a los cargos en su contra hoy, usted tiene el derecho de pedir un juicio? ¿Entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
And are you willing to give up that right, forever give up that right to a trial, as well as your right to appeal in order to take advantage of the offer from the people?
Y entonces usted quiere renunciar a ese derecho de tener un juicio y apelar la condena que le pudieran dar. ¿Va a renunciar a eso para aceptar la oferta que le ha hecho el fiscal?
Sí.
Yes.
Has anyone promised you anything, threatened you in any way in order to get you to accept the offer from the people?
¿Alguien lo ha amenazado o lo ha tratado de chantajear de alguna manera para que usted acepte la oferta que le ha dado el fiscal?
No.
No.
All right, you are doing so freely and voluntarily.
Entonces, ¿está haciendo eso libremente y de su propia voluntad?
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, you may proceed in establishing the factual basis.
Sure.
Abogado, usted puede proceder a establecer los hechos de este caso.
Okay. Mr. Alfaro, on May 4th of 2021, were you in your car?
Señor Alfaro, el 4 de mayo del 2021, ¿estaba usted en su carro?
Sí.
Yes.
On that day, did a woman approach your car?
¿Y ese día una mujer se acercó a su carro?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you have a conversation with that woman?
¿Y usted tuvo una conversación con esa mujer?
No, porque no le entendía qué me decía.
Really, I didn't understand what she was saying.
Okay. Did you at any point discuss giving money to this woman?
¿En algún momento usted discutió entregarle dinero a esa persona?
No.
Okay, I think I'm going to need to go into a breakout room.
Entonces voy a tener que ir a un cuarto privado. Your Honor, you're muted.
Oh, Ms. Wilson, if you could, thank you. Could you send them to a breakout room, please?
I'm sorry.
Nos van a mandar a un cuarto privado.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have a joint breakout room up on my screen. Is that the one that you would like me to go to?
I don't think we have one yet.
Is it for breakout room 3?
It's at the bottom of the screen and it just says joint breakout room, but it doesn't have a number. I think it would send me back to the same breakout room we were in.
Right. Go ahead and do that, please.
Okay. Yes.
I don't have a
Oh,
breakout.
yeah, it is 3. It is room 3.
Okay, go ahead.
Should I do that as well? There's a join breakout room as well. Should I just hit that button?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, great.
All right, do we have anything else that's ready? Mr. Bowie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, you are here on a matter. And so is your client with you on this morning, or it's, no, it is a civil infraction? Are you ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I know it's set for formal hearing. We did work out an offer, but if the officer's not here, then I'm going to move to dismiss.
Well, when did you all work out the offer? Today?
Yes.
Okay, then that's fine. As long as it was today and not before, and the people didn't tell the officer not to come because they worked out a deal.
Yeah, it was just today.
All right, very good. I will call the matter, case number 217-341-19. Counsel, place your appearance on the record.
Jeremy Bowie, P800657, on behalf of the defendant, Ovilum Olam. Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. And today is the date and time scheduled for formal hearing. It was scheduled at 9:30. It's now 10:18 a.m. I'm satisfied. I've given the people ample time to present their witness. They have failed to do so. Your motion, counsel.
Your Honor, at this time, I move to dismiss this matter.
I am granting your motion. The matter is dismissed. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right, you are very welcome. Very welcome. Take care. Good to see you.
You too.
All right. Mr. Fikens, do you have some things that are ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Al Mahmood is ready.
All right.
Ma'am, please turn on your camera.
Give me 1 second, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge.
All right, wonderful. I am ready. I have case number SB 122-2627, counts 1 and 2, and case number SB 122-2815, counts 1 and 2. Ma'am, please state your name.
Nagama Mahmood.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Fikens.
Your Honor, my client wishes to avail herself of the offer. She'll be tendering a guilty plea to the driving while license suspended. That's ticket 627, count 1. Also, she's going to plead responsible to a speeding ticket. That's ticket 8, ending in 815, count 2. The first ticket is going to be, if the court accepts the plea, will be we're recommended to change to fail to display, and the speeding ticket would be changed to blockading traffic. And the other 2 matters would be dismissed with a stipulation of probable cause.
All right, thank you. Ma'am, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed with your line of questioning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Correct.
If you can
I'm sorry,
speak up just a little louder, I need to be able to hear you.
Yes, correct.
And you wish to give up that right and enter a guilty plea on one matter and a responsible plea on another, correct?
Correct.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty and responsible today?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to a constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Ma'am, on the date and time of these citations, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And you were stopped by a police officer and asked to produce a valid license, correct?
Yes.
And your license was suspended at that time. Is that correct?
Correct.
And also on that same date and time, you were speeding 1 to 5 miles over the speed limit. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to the factual basis for both matters.
I'm satisfied as well. I'm accepting your plea of guilty to the misdemeanor. I'm amending that charge to failure to display a valid operator's license. Okay. And then on the civil infraction, I'm accepting your plea of responsible, and I'm amending that charge to blockading traffic. The remaining 2 matters will be dismissed upon full payment of your fines and costs that will be assessed by the court on today. Mr. Fikens, I'm ready for sentencing.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do want the court to know she's presently not working and is going to ask for some 30 days to pay. I know that's generally outside of what this court does allow, and we would appreciate that. The reason for the suspension was that she didn't pay a ticket in Taylor. There was a $45 reinstatement fee. She's trying to take care of that matter. That should unravel that because she wants to try to get her license back. So, Judge, we stand ready for sentencing. We're going to ask for 30 days to make payment on these tickets.
All right, very good. So, ma'am, here's what I need you to do. First, I applaud you for trying to get things together and get your license. All right, I'm not interested in seeing anybody's bedroom. So I'm gonna turn your camera off because this is court, not the Twilight Zone. All right, so Miss Mahmood, I'm sorry, Al Mahmood. I applaud you for trying to get your driver's license together. Let's really work to do that. And also practice at just being a good driver, a safe driver, so that you can keep your driver's license, okay?
Yes.
All right, don't be in a rush to go anywhere. You leave too
I've
late.
had a perfect license before all this. It was 2 years ago. I completely forgot about the Taylor one, and I'm just like,
And then it just spiraled. All right, so now you know you're taking care of business. I really applaud you for that. So this is what I'm going to do, Mr. Fikens. On the civil infraction that I have amended to blockading traffic, I have to assess the statutory fine at $175. For the misdemeanor that I've amended to failure to display a valid operator's license, I'm only going to assess, I'm going to assess a fine of $75. Now, Ms. Al-Mahmood, I have set you up to really win if you want to. Okay.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I need you to follow through though. Mr.
Yes,
Fikens got you a great deal today. So Ms. Mack, on all of these matters, if there's warrant costs or anything or penalties, we're gonna waive them. I'm putting her in a really good position. And so you're gonna owe us, at the end of the day, she should owe us a total of $250. Now, Ms. Al-Mahmood, I'm gonna give you until May 3rd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. to get it paid. I need you to get it paid before that date.
I will.
As long as you do it, you're gonna get your other 2 dismissals. You'll get this behind you and you're in great shape. If you don't do it, I'm gonna reinstate your original charges. I'm not gonna dismiss your other tickets and you'll be right back at square one. I want you to win.
I will handle it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you,
right,
Robert.
Yes. All right. Write that date down. May 3rd. You got to get it paid before then. If you get it paid before May 3rd, you don't have to come back. Okay.
I will, most definitely. I will. Thank you.
All right. Very good.
Is there any way I can speak with Robert like alone about something he mentioned to me earlier?
Robert, are you available?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
I'm not used to hearing people call you by your first name. I'm like, who is Robert?
I'm new to this.
But because I call him Attorney Fikens. And so
I'm so sorry.
Robert. Is there a Robert I'm not aware of? All right, Ms. Wilson, can you put Attorney Fikens and Ms. Al Mahmood in a breakout room after you finish laughing? Put them in a breakout room, please.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, take care. All right. We are going to recall, as soon as Ms. Wilson, I have to give her a second to do the invitations.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
All right. All right. I am recalling case number U601-97421 for Francisco Alfaro. Counsel, your appearance for the record again after the interpreter.
Van a llamar otra vez el caso del señor Francisco Alfaro, U60197421. Por favor, abogado, ponga su nombre en las actas.
Attorney Kevin Piku, P61592, appearing on behalf of Francisco Alfaro.
Es el abogado Pico representando al señor Alfaro y dio su número de su licencia.
All right, counsel, are we ready to proceed with the factual basis?
Yes.
Ok, abogado, ¿estamos listos a proseguir, a continuar con los hechos en este caso? Sí.
I am going to remind Mr. Alfaro that he is still under oath, which means he is still required to tell the truth.
Le voy a recordar al señor Alfaro que todavía está bajo juramento, lo cual requiere que continúe diciendo la verdad.
All right. Counsel, you may proceed.
Sure. We've already established that Mr. Alfaro was in his car on the 4th of May, that a woman approached his car and that they had a conversation. I'm now going to proceed with the rest of the questions.
Ya hemos establecido que el señor Alfaro estaba en su carro el 4 de mayo y que tuvo una conversación con una mujer, y entonces vamos a continuar con las preguntas.
Okay. Mr. Alfaro, in that conversation, did you discuss with this woman sexual activities?
Señor Alfaro, en esa conversación, ¿usted discutió o habló con esa mujer sobre actividades sexuales?
Sí.
Yes.
And in that conversation, did you ask the woman how much performing these activities would cost?
Y en esa conversación, usted le preguntó a esa mujer que cuánto cuesta hacer esas actividades, esas acciones sexuales.
Sí, no le entendí muy bien, pero sí solamente le pregunté algo así.
Yes, I didn't understand her very well, but I did ask something like that.
Okay. Are you willing now to plead guilty to the offer presented by the prosecutor that you were in fact disturbing, the amended charge of disturbing the peace?
Entonces, ¿usted está dispuesto a declararse culpable al cargo rebajado de pues partir la paz?
Sí.
And
Yes.
when the prosecutor offered you this, did he tell you that he was giving you this deal because you've never faced any charges like this before?
Y el abogado fiscal le dijo a usted cuando le hizo esta oferta que la podía hacer porque usted nunca había tenido cargos como estos.
Sí.
Yes.
Your Honor, I feel confident that we've given the factual basis for the plea.
Entonces, señoría, yo tengo confianza de que hemos establecido los hechos en este caso.
Thank you. I will accept the plea of guilty. I'm amending the charge to disorderly conduct.
Sí, entonces yo acepto su declaración de culpable y voy a cambiar los cargos a conducta desordenada.
And now, counsel, I am ready for sentencing.
Entonces, abogado, estoy lista a dictar sentencia.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe there is a fine of, I believe, $200 for this or something like that.
No, that fine is at the court's discretion.
Okay. Well, I am going to ask the judge for a fine of $225 in this matter, and that he would engage, that he would have the HIV test that was required, and also take a course on he described the course, but I know there's a course related to this as well. And that's what we are asking the judge today.
Entonces, le estamos pidiendo al juez que yo creo que es una multa de alrededor de $200. La jueza contestó que no, la multa es lo que ponga o quiera el juez. Su abogado entonces pidió que le pusieran una multa de $225, que se hiciera el examen de HBI y que tomara un curso él cree que es algo relacionado con moralidad.
Okay.
All right. Counsel, I will follow that recommendation as closely as I can, but there are some other things that your client will have to do.
Entonces, abogado, yo voy a dar esa sentencia lo más cerca posible a lo que usted ha dicho, pero también hay unas otras cosas que su cliente tiene que hacer.
Right, I am sentencing as follows.
La sentencia es así.
Your client will be required to pay a fine of $225.
Tiene que pagar una multa de $225.
He must also pay the cost for this court at $200.
Y también tiene que pagar el costo de este procedimiento de la corte, que son $200.
He must also attend the prostitution offender class through Southwest Detroit Community Justice Center.
Y también tiene que asistir al curso en contra de la prostitución que es dado por el Centro del Sureste de Detroit.
He must also perform 40 hours of community service through 36th District Court.
También tiene que hacer 40 horas de trabajo de beneficio a la comunidad, que tiene que hacerlo por medio de esta corte del 36 distrito.
Your client must also provide proof that he has tested for HIV. I do not need the results. I do not want the results. Only proof that he has undergone testing.
Y también tiene que hacerse el examen del VHI. No necesito que me digan los resultados, pero sí una prueba de que se hizo el examen.
And then his contact person in probation will be a probation officer, Jasmine Brimage.
Y la persona con la que se tiene que comunicar en el departamento de probación de libertad supervisada se llama Jasmine
Brimage.
Brimage.
Counsel, how quickly can your client get his fines and costs paid?
I think he can do that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Señor abogado, ¿cuánto tiempo necesita su cliente para pagar estas multas?
¿Es 30 días suficiente tiempo por la moneda? Sí. Okay. My client can do it in 30 days to pay the fines, if that's okay with the court.
Mi cliente lo puede pagar en 30 días si así lo considera suficiente la corte.
All right, I'll give him until the fines and costs need to be paid by April 5th, 2022.
Los costos y la multa tienen que ser pagadas no más tarde del 5 de abril del 2021.
Okay. Counsel, can your client accomplish the rest of the items that the court has indicated for probation within 60 to 90 days?
Y señor abogado, su cliente puede cumplir todos los requisitos que le he dicho relacionados con el Departamento de Probación en un plazo de 60 a 90 días.
Sí, my client says,
yes, I can do it.
Wonderful. I will schedule your client's return to court date. I'm going to do it on Tuesday, June 7th.
Voy a poner la fecha de que su cliente tiene que regresar a aparecer aquí en la corte el 7 de junio, que es un martes.
And that hearing will be at 10 o'clock a.m.
A las 10 de la mañana va a ser la audiencia.
And your client should come prepared to tell this court what he learned in the prostitution offenders class.
Y su cliente tiene que venir preparado a decir qué aprendió en ese curso en contra de la prostitución de los que han cometido crímenes de esa naturaleza.
Now, counsel, if your client gets through with the class earlier than the hearing, the review hearing day, by all means, you can walk him onto my docket so he can get this behind him.
Okay.
Y si su cliente cumple todos los requisitos antes de esa fecha, ustedes pueden presentarse en mi corte ese día para aclararlo todo.
And Judge, when do you typically take walk-in?
Ms. Brimage, it would have to be on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Con la señora Bremich, eso por lo general tiene que ser durante un martes, que pueden aparecer personas sin tener una cita.
So counsel, I am going to recommend that you call my court clerk so that she can connect you with Ms. Brimage, so that your client can get everything done and Ms. Brimage is able to get the verifications before you walk him into court.
Entonces le va a dar el teléfono de la señorita Bremich con su abogado para que se comunique con ella para entonces que su cliente pueda hacer las cosas rápidamente.
Could your clerk, is it Ms. Wilson, if she could just put that in the chat, that would be great. If that might be
You
easier.
have to call my clerk, Miss Mack, and the office number is 313-965-2280.
Okay.
Y le dio el teléfono donde puede llamar a la secretaria de la jueza para recibir esa información.
We'll do that right away.
All right. Thank you, counsel. Thank you, Mr. Alfaro. And I look forward to working with you and seeing you in a few months.
Mucha suerte, señor Alfaro. Espero verlo en el futuro.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, am I needed for any other cases?
Not that I'm aware of, Miss Mack. Is Ms. Cox on any other cases today?
Yeah, we're muted.
I don't believe so, Judge. I think we just needed her for Mr. Alfaro.
Thank you so
Wonderful.
much.
Thank you, Ms. Cox. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, wonderful. And so, counsel, let me have you check in with my clerk, and then Ms. Mack, let me know when we're ready to proceed. Good morning to you and your client.
Is that for me, Judge?
Yes.
Good morning, Judge. We're ready
Good
to
morning.
proceed, yes.
Good morning. Check in with my clerk. Call the office 313-965-2280. We'll get you squared away. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Fikens, Mr. Alabat needs to go to a breakout room.
Mr. Who?
Batter.
Okay, very good. If you want,
Which breakout room can you go to?
5, I think was the one you sent me to last. That should be open.
Okay, I'll send him to 5.
Thank you. I'll go there too.
Hold on, hold on. Are we ready on Al Amiri?
Judge, I forwarded documents to the probation officer. I don't know if she received it though.
Okay, who is your probation officer? Who's his probation officer?
Brimage, Jasmine Brimage.
Okay. Miss Mack, if you could reach out to Miss Brimage and let her know.
Yes, I'm speaking with Ms. Brimage now. We're on the phone right now.
All right.
Great.
that's
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, counsel, for your patience.
Your Honor, I was in the breakout room. I apologize for interrupting, but I have two cases that are ready whenever you're ready.
Okay, give me 2 minutes, Mr. Barton, and then I'm ready, okay? Have them come on in.
I'm sorry?
Have them come into the courtroom.
Will do. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Oh. Yeah.
right. Are the parties ready to proceed? Mr. Barton?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry, I wasn't sure if you're talking to retained counsel. Yes, we are ready on Ms. Arnold. Your Honor.
Let me find out if retained counsel is ready. On Mr. Al Amiri?
Not ready yet, Judge. You can attend to other matters if
Not
that's
yet.
okay.
All right, thank you. All right,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Barton, let's do it.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's Miss Alexis Arnold.
All right, Ms. Arnold, if you could unmute for me, please.
Yes,
I have,
I'm muted.
all right, wonderful. Everyone else should be muted until it's your time. I have the following for Alexis Arnold. I have case number SP 119-84901, case number SP 780-8341, case number 16301-335, counts 1 and 2. Ms. Arnold, please state your full name.
Alexis Naquan Arnold.
Thank you and good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Barton, what are we doing with Ms. Arnold?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Thank you again. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Ms. Arnold has been made an offer by the APA Rosenthal, who has been gracious enough to allow her to plead to failure to display. So that charge of SP 11984-901 would be amended to failure to display, Your Honor, and the remainder of the charges would be dismissed. So again, very fortunate that APA Rosenthal has helped us, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Arnold, please raise your right hand.
Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am, I can see you. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Barton, you may proceed with the constitutional waiver as well, and then on to the factual basis.
Okay, I'll just transition into both. Thank you, Your Honor. So, Ms. Arnold, I'm going to ask you a few questions. If you can, just give us an affirmative or a no, if that is the case. So, you are aware by taking a plea today, you would be giving up your right to you would be giving up your right to a trial by either jury or a bench trial where the judge is a jury, a fact finder, correct?
Yes.
And you'd be also giving up your right to have witnesses testify for and against you, and also your right to testify for yourself, correct?
Yes.
And you also understand that you'd be giving up your right to an appeal should you want to appeal years later or days later. That would not be an option for you, correct?
Yes.
All right. And lastly, any fees or fines that are due would be due at the time of assessment, which would be today as you are taking the plea. You are aware of that, correct?
Yes.
All right. And as we spoke, we will ask the judge for leniency as far as that's concerned. Your Honor, I'm going to go ahead and transition into the factual basis. So, Ms. Arnold, I'm going to ask you on the date involving ticket number SP 11984-901. Were you, in fact, driving in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yes.
And at that time, were you accosted by an officer?
Yes.
And at that time, did you, in fact, fail to display your license to that officer?
Yes.
Will that satisfy the court, Your Honor?
Court is satisfied. I'm accepting the plea of guilty. I'm amending the charge to failure to display a valid operator's license, and the remaining matters will be dismissed upon full payment of fines and costs. Mr. Barton, as to sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor. As you can see, Miss Arnold has been very patient this entire time. Very lovely sister who is trying to work on her personal matters to get herself to the next level. Very proud of her, actually, to be honest with you. But if you could in any way, Your Honor, show leniency towards her financially so she can go ahead and continue to put that money towards bettering herself, we would appreciate that.
All right, your client seeking to get her driver's license because she can't continue to drive in the state of Michigan without a valid license.
She is seeking to do so, Your Honor. This is one of the first steps. She actually had several tickets that she handled prior to this that I really wish they would have consolidated on that particular date, but that has nothing to do with you or the court, Your Honor.
Was that here at 36?
It was, Your Honor.
Okay, and did she take care of those matters? Did she pay them?
She did, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to take your word for it, Mr. Barton. Usually I try to combine everything together because I generally only assess costs one time. And so unfortunately that didn't happen for your client. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to assess costs on this matter for your client since she's already had some matters here at 36th District Court. I am, however, going to assess the fine. The fine will be $75. How quickly can your client get that paid?
Your Honor, she's asked me for a March 15th payment because I believe she gets paid around that time. So if we can be anywhere in that range, I would appreciate that. Your Honor.
Absolutely. So what I'll do is I'll schedule this for review on March. I'll schedule it for the 25th of March, March 25th, 2022, and that'll be at 10:30 a.m. That's the adjourn to pay and the adjournment for the dismissals. If your client gets everything paid before that date, she does not need to return to court on March 25th. We will dismiss the remaining matters and close out the matter that she pled to. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor, we just wanted to thank you, and I'm sure Miss Arnold would like to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're very welcome, Ms. Arnold. Get that license, okay? And make sure you're taking care of business going forward.
Thank you, ma'am. I am.
All right, take care. Thank you, Attorney Barton.
All right, and then we have, oh, well, actually, I don't want to interrupt, I'm sorry.
Let me do Ms. Brimage. Thank you, Ms. Brimage, for joining us from probation. Ms. Brimage, I don't know, is your client ready? Is your client ready to go? Mr. I think Al Amiri?
Your Honor, this case was not assigned to me. I'm just receiving information on it today. So the attorney did send over some information, but I don't think the defendant was ever assigned to community service because there was never a referral.
Okay, he has to do the community services. Counsel on with us?
So I emailed his attorney. I was waiting for him to email me back.
He was here with us this morning.
Okay.
Counsel for Mr. Al Amiri? All right, he may be in another courtroom. Ms. Brimage, if you could give us a second, because what will happen is I'll have to adjourn this matter to give Mr. Al Amiri time to get the community service done. It has to get done and it has to be through 36th District Court. And Ms. Brimage, what I'm doing is as these cases come in and they're being assigned to you, I'm going to put them on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Going forward, as you indicated. I'm also asking Ms. Mack to reach out to you so we can make sure we make that connection and you'll be on the lookout, as I know you are.
Okay, and the attorney called me this morning for the case you did already, the other one you had assigned. So Ms. Mack and the attorney actually called me.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's give your attorney, Mr. Al Amiri, where's your attorney? Is he with us?
No, Your Honor, I haven't seen him this morning.
I thought you were on this morning with an attorney, sir.
I was, but I think that was just his assistant.
Okay, so you're not in your attorney's office?
I am. I just haven't seen him, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, counsel. I mean, Ms. Brimage, I'm not going to hold you up. I'm going to adjourn this matter. You don't have to sit around and wait. Let's see, for Mr. Al Amiri, it's going to be adjourned to how many weeks do you think, Ms. Brimage, it will take for him to get that community service done?
That's 5 days. He should have maybe 4 to 5 weeks.
Okay, wonderful. So this is what I'll do. I'll set this. I'll put it out to April 22nd. Are we open on April 22nd? Yeah.
Second now, hold on, I'm looking at the color. You said the 22nd?
Yes, ma'am, of April.
Yes, we are.
Now, were you going to keep me on a Tuesday or you want to make it that?
Oh, I am making it a Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you. It would be April 26th, April 26th.
Okay.
Thank you. And that would be and I'll put it on for 10 o'clock a.m.
And can you send me in a breakout room with him so that I can give him my information so he can get signed up for the community service?
All right, wonderful. So that's for Al Amiri, U601-88421. Your counsel can still come on and address the court if that's what he chooses to do, but you've not completed everything that the court ordered you to do. And so I'm going to give you time to do that. You'll come back to see me on April 26, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. and it'll be by way of Zoom. And so Mr. Al Amiri, if you could wait and go to a breakout room with Ms. Brimage. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Ms. Brimage, and thank you, Ms. Wilson, for
You're welcome.
in the breakout room. All right. Mr. Barton, who did you have up next?
Yes, Your Honor, I had Miss Ali, Miss Myron Ali.
All right, wonderful. I have the following. For Miss Ali, I have case number SP 121-2625, counts 1 and 2, and case number SP 121-26241. Miss Ali, please state your name for the record.
Myron Ali.
Thank you, and good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
All right, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. Today is the date and time for an arraignment. My client will stand moot and waive any formal reading of the charges as you enter a not guilty plea. There was an offer that was made to her to plead, the count for SP 1212652, which is the open alcohol, that will be amended to passenger, and she would like to avail herself of that offer. I'm sorry, and it would dismiss the rest of the charges. And she would like to
All right,
avail.
I'm sorry, which one is she pleading to again? Just give me the name of the charge.
Absolutely. It's open alcohol, but it's being amended to passenger.
Okay, very good.
Mhm.
Ma'am, please raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Barton, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Ali, again, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Go ahead and make sure you can answer in the affirmative if you can. You are aware that you're going to have to stay in camera, Miss Ali. I apologize. All right. So you are aware that by taking this plea, you are giving up your right to a trial by either a jury or by the judge, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you also understand you'll be giving up your right to have witnesses testify for and against you, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you also understand that you'll be giving up your right to an appeal should you want to appeal later on, correct?
Yes.
All right. And then the last thing is, any fees or fines are due at the time of assessment, which would be today, the day you take the pleas, correct?
Yes.
All right. And again, we talked about asking the judge for leniency as far as time. Now, I'm going to move on to the factual basis, if that pleases the court. Miss Ali, on the date involving ticket number SP 1212652, were you in fact driving in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yes.
And at that time, were you accosted by an officer?
Yes.
And at that time, did you in fact have an open alcohol container as a passenger in that vehicle?
Yes.
Will that satisfy the court, Your Honor?
Yes, I'm satisfied. I'm accepting your plea, and I am amending the charge to open alcohol in a motor vehicle as a passenger. And I will dismiss the remaining 2 matters upon full receipt of fines and costs assessed by this court on today. Mr. Barton, I'm ready for sentencing.
Yes, if I may, Your Honor, just briefly, Miss Ali in the back was very patient. We actually went through her case step by step, and we came to the conclusion that the plea is actually the best situation for her. I mean, I know we do that with all clients, but the way we methodically did it, I think it really outlines her dedication to making sure she does the right thing, Your Honor. So I'll leave that at that, and I just hope that you would be able to show a little leniency towards her. I appreciated her back in the breakout room. She helped, keep it going. So thank you, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful, thank you. All right, Miss Ali, I am assessing our costs today at $195. The fine will be a total of $50. And so you'll owe the court $245. Upon payment of that particular matter, the other 2 matters will be dismissed. How much time do you need to get it paid?
At least like till March 15th or the 16th.
All right, so this is what we'll do. We will do March the 25th. I'll adjourn this to pay to March 25th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it be paid before that date, you do not have to come back to court. The other 2 matters will be dismissed and this case will be closed out. If for some reason you don't get it paid, you must return. Otherwise, you're going to be right back at square one. I'm going to set aside everything that was done today and you'll be right back at the beginning, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your patience this morning, ma'am.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you, Attorney Byrne. All right. Who do we have up next?
Judge, I have a Mr. Nasser Ahmed, if the court is ready to proceed with that case.
Yes, sir.
Nasser Ahmed, he's in the courtroom. Unmute yourself, sir.
And okay, I do see him. Wonderful. All right, I'm going to call those cases at this time. I have the following: SP 115-430-21. Give me 1 second, please. The court is called.
Yes, Judge.
All right, I have the following. Thank you for your patience. I have the following: SP 115-43021, case number SP 115-4302, counts 2 and 3. Mr. Ahmed, please state your full name for the record.
Nazar Ahmed.
Thank you, and good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, Mr. Reed?
Yes, thank you, Judge. My client wishes to waive his rights to trial by judge or jury and take advantage of the offer made by the government today, Your Honor. There is an offer to dismiss counts 1 and 3, to plead on count 2, and recommend amending that to improper plates. And we'd ask the court to accept the no contest plea in this matter. My client wishes to take advantage of the recommendation of the government today, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ahmed. Let me have you raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Reed, you may proceed as to constitutional rights and then factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Ahmed, in the breakout room, we talked about your rights to trial by judge and trial by jury. We talked about your rights to testify and call witnesses, all those great constitutional rights, and you wish to waive those rights and take advantage of the offer made by the government today. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we also talked about the voluntariness. This is a voluntary plea on your behalf. No one threatened you or forced you or promised you anything in order for you to take advantage of this plea today. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor. If the court is satisfied, for the purposes of the no contest plea, my client would stipulate to the face of the ticket that on the date and time of the citation in the city of Detroit, he operated a motor vehicle presenting proof of false insurance. And I believe that's the allegation.
All right, thank you, counsel. I will accept that plea of no contest on behalf of your clients. And I am going to follow the recommendation to to amend that charge to improper plates. And the remaining two matters will be dismissed upon complete payment of fines and costs assessed by this court. Mr. Reed, you may proceed as to sentencing.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would first put on the record that my client was patient, courteous, cooperative. He did appear this morning in a timely manner, and we spent some time in the breakout room. Judge, notably, this charge did not include an NOP or no license. He did have, I believe, a valid license at the time. It was just a matter of the insurance and registration. He informs me that the car is now properly registered, and I also believe he told me to properly insured. Is that correct, Mr. Hamid?
Yes.
And Judge, we also talked about fines and costs. He indicated to me that he would be asking the court for a little time to pay any fines and costs. I emphasized to him that if the court were to give him some time, those fines and costs must be paid timely as directed by the court, or anything done today would be undone, and warrants issued, cases issued against him. So he is prepared for sentencing now, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed. I am assessing our costs. This is an arraignment of the bench warrant. The cost is assessed at $200. The fine is going to be assessed at $75. Sir, when can you get this paid?
Like a month.
Okay, I will give you that time to get it paid. I'll bring this back on April 1st.
Okay, thank you.
April 1st, 2022 at 10:30. As long as you get it paid, you don't have to come back to court. Your matters, your two cases will be dismissed, and the one matter that you pled to will be closed. If for some reason you don't get it paid before April 1st, you need to come back to court, okay? On that day at 10:30.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Alamiri, you are all set. Your case has been adjourned.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
All right.
Wait, one question, Your Honor. Just you said April
Excuse me,
26th,
Mr.
correct?
Almieri.
I'll be back on court.
Excuse me, Judge, can you hear me?
Yes.
Mr. Almieri doesn't need to leave just yet. We got to clarify something with his case. Just hold on a moment, please.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Thank you, Ms. Mack. So hold on a second, Mr. Alamiri.
Okay.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Reed, who do you have up next?
I don't have anyone, Your Honor. I believe Mr. Fikens has someone.
I have Mr. Ahmed, Mohammed Ahmed, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I have the following. I have case number SP 1086986, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Ahmed, please state your full name for the record.
Mohammed Ahmed.
Thank you and good morning to you, sir.
No problem, and thank you. Good morning.
All right. Mr. Fikens?
Your Honor, my client wishes to avail himself of the offer. He'll be tendering a plea of guilty to no insurance, asking this court to reduce that charge to improper plates, and also asking to dismiss the other count 1 of the citation, Judge.
All right, very good. Mr. Ahmed, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
All right, thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to give up that right to a trial and by pleading guilty to one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to his constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Sir, on the date and time of this citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes,
And when stopped by a police officer and asked to produce valid insurance, you did not have valid insurance, correct?
yes, because I just bought the car that same day.
Understood, but you know you have to have insurance on every vehicle, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm satisfied. Thank you.
I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept the plea of guilty. I'll amend the charge to improper plates, and then I'll dismiss the remaining charge when fines and costs are paid in full. Mr. Ficus, is there anything additional you'd like me to know?
Judge, Mr. Ahmed and I discussed his ability to pay. He does have an ability to pay, Judge, but he's asking for a little bit of time. It's sort of at the outside of what this court generally allows. He's asking for 30 days time, Judge, and he realizes that he cannot get a dismissal or an improvement on the matter he pled guilty to unless he pays that in full. And he does understand that, Judge, but he's asking for a little bit of extra time.
All right, very good. Thank you. I am going to assess our costs in the amount of $200. I am going to assess the fine in the amount of $50. And so I will give Mr. Ahmed until April 1st, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. to get this paid. He must do so before that date, and I'm scheduling him for hearing in the event that he does not get it paid.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And that the dismissal is adjourned until we receive payment.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed.
No problem, Judge. You think if I can't pay it today, I'll pay it next week. I don't need 30 days. Thank you.
Oh, all right, very good. And if you get it paid, we'll make sure we get you squared away, okay?
All right. Thank you very much, y'all.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ficus, who do you have up next?
Cedric Allen.
All right, Mr. Allen, if you could unmute for me. I have the following cases for Mr. Allen. I have case numbers SP 123, 6319, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Allen, state your full name, please.
Cedric Dwight Allen, Jr.
All right, Mr. Ficus. It
Judge,
looks like, go ahead.
Oh, he tells me that he paid the ticket, Judge. He showed up. I just I wanted to present him to court to verify that the matter's been paid or not paid.
All right, Ms. Mack, can you confirm that Mr. Allen has paid on count 3 so that we can dismiss counts 1 and 2?
Yes, he did.
He's paid, then all right, on today, I'm dismissing counts 1 and 2. You are all set, Mr. Allen. Thank you for following up. You're in great shape, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, sir.
Remember,
Take care.
remember what we talked about, Mr. Allen?
I told you I was gonna pay it though, but I just need that time, and she gave it to me.
Yep, very good. Thank you.
All right.
All right,
Thank you,
thanks.
Your Honor.
Very good. All right, very good. Take care.
Okay, thanks.
Your Honor, I believe I have 2 people who are in the courtroom, Ms. Adams and Mr. Albatat. I just want to let the court know I'm not.
Okay, wonderful. All right, Mr. Ficus, I need to go back to Mr. Al Amiri because it looks like he's in great shape. They sent me the order. All right, come on, Mr. Allen, turn that camera on.
Mr. Allen, you're free to go. Your case is done.
I'm removing.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, here we go for Mr. Al Amiri. I
Yes,
have
Your Honor.
601-884-21. Mr. Al Amiri, state your full name for me, please.
Muhammad Alamiri.
Al Amiri, thank you, sir. All right, Miss Brimage.
Yes, Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department.
All right, Miss Brimage, tell me what's going on with Mr. Al Amiri.
Mr. Alamiri is in compliance, Your Honor. He was ordered to complete the John School, which he did on February 15, 2022. He did submit to HIV testing and he paid $500 in fines and costs. He was not ordered to complete community service.
Yes, I do see that. All right, very good, Mr. Al Amiri. All I want to know from you is what did you learn through this experience?
Okay, I took the class on February 15th. Basically, there are three different ways humans get trafficked today. The first way by force, second way by fraud, and by coercion. Force is basically promising papers or documents, a work contract, like, oh, I'll bring you to this country, basically, as an example. I'll bring you to this country for a better life. Another way is by force. The first one was fraud. This one's by force. Kidnapping, taking someone against their will, torture, sexual abuse, drug abuse. The other third reason, coercion, is basically verbal or psychological abuse. A lot of people are affected by this 40,300,000 annually. Michigan is the fifth. Fifth in the is number 5 in the country for human trafficking. That's the reason why is because we have a lot of freeways, and you could take the 75 highway going 70 miles per hour all the way south, which is easier for these guys to get around. And I can answer any of your questions if you'd like to ask me.
All right, very good, Mr. Alamiri. Sounds like you paid attention in those classes, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you learned your lesson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we won't see you in this court again, not for this kind of matter.
For sure, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Brimage, your recommendation as to probation.
Your Honor, I ask that the case be closed. Let me make sure it was.
He's going through this hearing without an attorney.
I'm sorry. Oh, somebody needs to mute their phone, please. All right.
That's his attorney.
Oh,
Okay, I'm signing on a separate device.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Judge.
Yes, your client is in compliance. Ms. Brimage has already made that recommendation. I'm granting the recommendation. I'm closing the case with improvement. And I've already heard from your client as to what he's learned. And so the matter is closed. Thank you all for your patience this morning.
Thanks, Your
Thank you
Honor.
for your Judge. Appreciate
All
it.
right, very good. All right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, who do you have up next? Uh-oh, you're muted, Mr. Fikens. Mr. Alamiri, you are free to leave. You're all set.
Okay, you have a good day, Your Honor.
You do the same. I wish you well, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. I was coughing and I turned myself off, so thank you for letting me know. I have Miss Adams in the courtroom and a Mr. Albatat in the courtroom. I'd like to start with Miss Adams.
All right, if they could turn on their devices, please.
I think they have to approach. I think they're,
They're in the courtroom,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. I have Adams. Is that Amaya? I can't hear. I don't hear her.
There you go. Now say it.
Amia Adams. Amia, thank you. I have the following for you. Put that mask over your mouth and your nose for me, ma'am. All right. I have case number. I'm still the COVID police, even when I'm not in the courtroom. All right. I have case number SP 122-24021. Counsel, how are we proceeding as to Miss Adams?
yes, Judge Fauci, she wishes to avail herself of the offer made in, I'm sorry, Judge.
That's who I am. Oh, my kids will enjoy this. I'll have to tell them to make sure. Yeah.
Your Honor, my client wishes to avail herself of the offer. She's been charged with open alcohol in a motor vehicle passenger. There's a recommendation for a delayed sentence, and my client would like to avail herself of that.
All right, wonderful. Miss Adams, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. You'll have to speak a little bit louder as Mr. Fikens asks you questions, okay?
Can I say this though? I wanted to take it to trial.
I'm sorry, what did she say? I
She
didn't
she
hear.
indicated she would like to take it to trial, Your Honor. That was
Okay,
one of the matters we talked about, and we talked about the jury trial or a bench trial. And so we would ask this court to set it for a bench trial. Is that
all
correct?
right. Ms. Adams, do you wish to have a bench trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that during that bench trial, that I will hear all of the facts. I'll decide the law as well as the facts of the case. Do you understand that? And that bench
Yes, ma'am.
trial it replaces a jury trial. Do you understand that? Where you would have a jury trials where you have your peers come in and they decide the facts.
Yes, ma'am.
And you still want to do a bench trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's your decision to have a bench trial, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I
All
would
right.
like a bench trial because I am rebelling and I can't afford to get any points on my license.
Okay, well, you can get you a bench trial. And so that bench trial will take place. I'm going to put it on March 25th. Nope, Miss Mac, am I?
No, not March 25th, no.
I'm not putting it on the 25th. Thank you, Miss Mac. Can I put it on April 1st?
No, you may not.
All right, Miss Mac, can I put it
Yes,
on
ma'am.
March 18th?
Yes, you may.
Yes, I can. Thank you. March 18th, 2022, and that will be at 1:30 p.m. And it'll be at 36th District Court, ma'am. If you don't have Zoom capabilities, you need to come into the courthouse, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. I am entering a not guilty plea on behalf of your client, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Adams. I'll see you on March 18th.
All right, thank you.
All right, very good. Who do we have up next that's in the courtroom?
Mr. Albatat.
All right, Mr. Alpatat, as soon as they clean that podium, there, look at my officer. Do it, Officer Lyon. I'm gonna call the case while you're doing it. I have case number SP 1222970, counts 1 and 2, and case number SP 1222968, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Alpatat, please state your full name for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hussein Al-Batat.
All right, thank you, sir. How are we proceeding, Mr. Fikens?
Your Honor, I've had a conversation with my client and also with the city attorney. Because there's a charge of speeding and a large charge, the city would not reduce any offer on the speeding ticket unless my client engaged in a Michigan defensive driving program. I believe my client, rather than pleading guilty or responsible to a speeding ticket of over 20 miles per hour and obtaining 4 points, he would rather take the defensive driving course. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
So, Your Honor, we would at this point in time ask the matter be set for a pretrial at this court's convenience and give him time to take that driving course so he might obtain a better offer from the city.
All right, very good. Then I will enter a not guilty plea and not responsible for the civil infractions. I'm going to bring this back for a pretrial, and my pretrial date is going to be on March the 11th, 2021, and that will be at 9:30 a.m.
And Judge, just so the record is clear, there were 3 other misdemeanors attached to that, but he's in substantial compliance with those other ones, but we're going to get an offer on all 4 matters when he returns.
Good, very good, Mr. Fikens. Thank you so much. All right, sir. I'll see you back on March 11th at 9:30 a.m., okay?
Just one thing, all the documents for all the tickets, like I have the license, the title, the insurance, and the registration, like I have them all, so I can bring them next time.
Bring them back next time, sir, just so we remember that.
I just wanted to make sure, okay.
All right. Very good, very good. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right. Do we have any additional people to serve us this morning?
I do not, Judge.
No, Judge.
Is there no one else? All right, are we ready to call the remainder of the morning docket?
We are ready, Judge.
Okay.
Hold on one moment, Judge. 1 second, please.
Okay, I'll call it as soon as you let me know.
Okay, Judge, we're ready. Sorry, I apologize for that.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready to call the remainder of the docket. I'm starting at 9:30. I have for Marcus Adamson, SP 1223186, counts 1 and 2. Both of those will be show cause hearings, and the show cause will be set for, let's set it for Monday, March the 14th, 2022. And I will set the show cause for 10:30. And I need to on that day, Ms. Mack. Okay. All right, very good. I have next on the docket, I have Ali Al Sadi, V 1223932, V 1223942, and V 1223951. All three were scheduled for show cause on today, and he's charged with having a wild animal as to all three counts. Capias will issue, and the bond is set at $100 cash as surety as to each matter. For Carolyn Alexander, case number SP 1221439, counts 1, 2, and 3. All of these will be scheduled for a show cause. For Akil Ali, SP 1223505, SP 1223531, SP 1208155, I'm sorry, strike the last one. The only ones that I have for Akil Ali is SP 122-35051 and SP 122-35031. And the misdemeanor will be scheduled for a show cause. The civil infraction will go into default. For Al Muhammad Ali, SP 120-81551, that will be scheduled for a show cause hearing. For Calvin Allen, SP 122-1409, counts 1 and 2. Those will be scheduled for a show cause hearing. And then for Calvin Allen, SP 122-15381, default judgment. For Portia Allen, SP 116-98401, capias will issue, and that will be a personal bond. For Tamisha Allen, SP 119-8448, counts 1, 2, and 3. All will be scheduled for a show cause. For Alan Amerson, SP 122-3497, counts 1 and 2 will be scheduled for a show cause hearing. And then for Alan Amerson, SP 122-3498, counts 1, 2, and 3 will be scheduled, go into default judgment. For Jawan Anderson, case number SP 122-28401, show cause hearing will be scheduled. For Kyle Anderson, SP 122-3163, count 1 will be a show cause hearing. Count 2 will be a default judgment. For Maurice Anderson, SP 122-2680, count 3 will be a show cause, and counts 1 and 2 will be default judgments. For Krista Anson, case number SP 122-4286, counts 1 and 3 will be scheduled for show cause hearing, and count 2 will be a default judgment. For Dominic Archer, SP 124-34361, show cause. For Amy Martez Army Harrison, SP 122-3153, count 1 will be a default judgment, and count 2 will be a show cause, scheduled for show cause. For Dejan Ash, case number SP 117-00271, capias will issue with a personal bond. For Justin Ayun, SP 122-41171, show cause hearing. For Reginald Ayala, case number SP 122-0386, counts 1 and 2 will be scheduled for show cause. Count 3 will be a default judgment. For Ishmael, I'm going to the 1030 docket. For Ishmael Abdullah, case number SP 120-6511, counts 2 and 3. Miss Mack, what's going on with Mr. Abdullah?
So count 1 is the one that he had to pay money on, and he paid that, so count 2 and 3 will be dismissed.
Okay, all right, so count 1 is closed, and count 2 and 3 will be dismissed. Yes, ma'am, they are dismissed without prejudice. Thank you. All right, I think that takes care of everything until our 1:30 docket. Did I miss anything, team?
Not that I saw, Judge.
No, I think that's everything.
All right, please make sure you're in touch with Mr. Rosenthal. We have a couple of arraignments and hearings for 1:30.
Yes.
All right.
May I ask Your Honor, are they having me back at 1:30 as well? I wasn't sure of the protocol.
No, usually the morning person doesn't come back at 1:30.
Just wanted to make sure. You guys have a wonderful afternoon then, if I don't see you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for filling in. Okay.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Burton.
Absolutely. Have a good one, guys.
All right. You do the same. All right, everybody. I will see you all. We have staffing today. We will work it out, but we do have staffing. All right.
Do we have something for Holly Hoffman at 1 o'clock, Judge?
Yes. And so I think we're gonna staff, maybe we'll staff at 1 o'clock and we might actually get through it or a great amount of it while we're waiting on the 1:30s.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So
Thank you,
Ms.
Judge.
Nancy, can you pass that word on? I know you might not be with us for staffing because you have other things to do. But can you pass that on to the team that will staff at 1?
I can do that. I might can stay for a little while if we can do Thursday first, if we can go backwards.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
We are staffing today for Tuesday and Thursday. And Ms. Mack, if I could get both of those dockets, I believe you already sent me Tuesday. I just need Thursday's docket.
Yes.
Ms. Mack, you heard me?
Yes, ma'am. I said yes.
Okay, I didn't hear you. All right, very good.
You said 1 o'clock?
Let's shoot for 1 o'clock.
Okay.
If we could, yeah, because I have a 12 o'clock meeting, so.
Okay.
I think we want that would be great.
Okay.
And maybe even if we did 12:30, but that's during your lunchtime, so I don't want to impede on your lunch. So talk with the team and you all let me know. I'm gonna get on time for the 12 o'clock meeting, and maybe it won't be that long.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.